Time now for the morning rush. Today we are entering the second day of the 2023 legislative session. To kick off day one, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham gave her State of the State speech. Grisham is proposing a $9.4 billion executive budget. That's a 12% hike over last year. She's recommending investing more money into housing, homelessness, health care, economic development, public safety, and education.
Well, happening in the legislature today, the Senate Finance Committee is going to be going over the status of the capital outlay spending and how previous outlay programs are going. And they're also going to go over the state's response to the ongoing water crisis and will be evaluating the state's employee compensation. The State House Appropriations and Finance Committee will also be meeting today.
The way patients are billed and doctors are hired is set to change at Presbyterian Santa Fe Medical Center. The hospital is partnering with private staffing company Sound Physicians, but some doctors are hesitant to sign the new company's contract. Vice President and Chief Operating Officer Tim Johnson said he doesn't think the partnership will increase costs for patients. Erica.
Here's a look at our school day forecast. We are going to be seeing chillier temperatures this morning, so be sure to bundle up. 32 degrees as you're stepping out, and by this afternoon staying in the low 40s with some wind, so you're going to want to layer up and grab the windbreaker.
The future of El Porvenir Christian Camp in Montezuma remains unclear in the aftermath of the Hermit's Peak Half Canyon wildfire. Alongside 12 of the buildings in the campground being closed, the main bridge in and out of the camp is gone. The Forest Service said that it could take as long as 5 years to repair it. This will be the third year in a row that the camp will be closed.
The so-called mastermind behind the shootings at local leaders' homes will make his first appearance in court later today. Solomon Pena has paid 4 people a total of $500 to shoot at the homes of 4 Democratic elected officials. Investigators caught a break in the case when BCSO pulled over one of the suspected shooters, Jose Trujillo, for having expired tags. Police say the vehicle was registered to Pena.
A man arrested for a December road rage incident that left one person dead is scheduled to appear in court later today. On December 3rd, Jesse Lovato was shot while driving. Surveillance video showed the suspect, Tristan Salais, near Lovato during the shooting, and he had reportedly been driving aggressively and chasing Lovato. Salais was arrested on Monday. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is moderate today. We'll see more snow up north, so there are going to be some snowy mountain roads, and it's going to be a very windy day across the east side of the state with some strong crosswinds.
The threat of severe weather is moving east and out of California. Saturated ground from heavy rains has brought on the lingering risk of mudslides. The state's Governor Gavin Newsom has blamed at least 20 deaths on the storms. President Biden will visit affected communities in California tomorrow.
New options under the Biden administration student loan repayment plan. They may have some payments at $0, or payments rather at $0. The revised pay-as-you-earn repayment plan could have $0 monthly payments. That is if you earn less than the $32,800 a year mark. The plan could be available by July 1st, 2024.
The Republican National Committee was among the groups that filed a complaint stating GOP ads were filtered as spam at a higher rate than ads from Democrats. According to the Federal Election Commission's analysis, Google's spam filter is for commercial purposes and does not fit within the federal campaign laws. Erica.
And here's a check on traffic. The maps are clear, no accidents or slowdowns. And here's a live look over the Big I, where everything is busy and moving at speed with no weather issues.
A 12-year-old boy in Florida is celebrating quite a big catch this morning. On Tuesday, Campbell Keenan caught a great white shark while fishing with his family in Fort Lauderdale. Campbell battled with the shark for about an hour and was quite happy when he realized that he had caught a great white. Well, the shark is a female and has since been released back into the ocean.
Now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, direct flights between Albuquerque and Las Cruces are now underway. Advanced Airlines launched the flights this week. One-day tickets are $70 plus tax, while round trip cost around $180. A flight from Albuquerque to Las Cruces takes about 54 minutes. That's opposed to a 3-hour drive.
At number 4 this morning, the city is looking for solutions after homeowners say that multiple cars have crashed into a brick wall that is protecting their home. Now, the Mendoza family says the car crashes just behind their home are taking place near the intersection of Coors and Montano, costing them thousands of dollars to repair them and damages and their peace of mind. The homeowner says that he has witnessed more than a dozen of those crashes there. And again, this is something that the city has been looking into. Now, a handful of those crashes taking down his wall over the last 3 years, leaving thousands of dollars in damage. The city says that they are aware that the intersection and the crews, they're looking at different solutions, such as installing bollards.
And here's a check on our hourly wind gusts today. We are going to be seeing those gusts up to around 30 to 35 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. Those winds will be coming in from the northwest and keeping the air feeling very chilly, and highs will only be topping out in the low 40s.
And number 2, the so-called mastermind behind the shootings at local leaders' homes will make his first appearance in court later on today. Oh, no, a witness who says that he was part of the plan told police Solomon Peña paid them a total of $500 to shoot at the homes of 4 Democratic elected officials. Now, in the earlier shootings, the witness says that the shooters aimed above the windows to avoid hitting anyone that was inside. But they said the witness told police that Peña was reportedly not happy about that and demanded that they aimed lower. Now, investigators caught a break in the case less than an hour after the shooting at Senator Linda Lopez's home. That's when Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies pulled over one of the suspected shooters, that is Jose Trujillo, for having expired tags. They also say that's when they found guns inside of the vehicle. Police say that car was registered to Peña.
And number 1, today we're entering the second day of the 2023 legislative session. To kick off day 1, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham gave her State of the State speech. Grisham is proposing a $9.4 billion executive budget. That's a 12% hike over last year. She's recommending investing more money into housing, homelessness, healthcare, economic development, public safety, and education. Lujan Grisham is also proposing universal childcare and universal free meals for every student, along with extending learning time in K-12 classrooms. The governor is also asking for $1 billion in economic relief, which includes rebates of $750 to individual taxpayers and $1,500 to couples filing jointly.